Hi, folks. It has been a month. I know I was disappeared for a month, but anyway, I am back and I'm going to talk about what happened to me and what happened in the past 30 days of my life. So basically, I went to Japan. That was the first time I went out from my country because I never went out from my country, like ever. And I had a mixed feeling about it. Like, I had a happy feeling, crazy, exciting, sad, angry, and everything. And I want to talk about it right now. I'm gonna talk about it from the start and then the end, okay? There's a lot of stories that I want to talk about. Oh my god. I never sit on a plane for 6 hours to 7 hours. Like, I never had that experience. So, well, now I had. It was a crazy experience. It was so tiring. I was trying to sleep, but I can't. Like, oh, yeah, I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I wished to myself, like, oh my god, I wish I slept for an hour or 2 hours. But when I see my phone, I only slept for 7 minutes. Like, what? Anyway, let's skip this plane story. So the first thing that happened is it was 8:30 a.m. for us, and then my older sister bought a train ticket. And she bought it for the 10 a.m. one because we thought that the train is gonna be so far away from us. But honestly, it's just besides us. Like, we just have to like go down to the hallway and then arrive. But we don't know shit. We don't know shit. We didn't understand shit. We were like, huh, huh, because the tickets is just all in Japanese. So we asked for a help. So there was a worker there. He was just standing there, and I mean, I guess his job is just helping people. And then my older sister was like, let's ask the worker. And she did, and blah, blah, blah. And the worker obviously cannot speak English. And he just like kind of like started to laugh, but not in a bad way. He's like, oh, like that kind of laugh. And then he was like, choto, choto. Choto means wait. And then he was kind of like giving us a sign, like, follow me, like that kind of sign. And then we go upstairs again. Somehow we just figure it out. Like, the train ticket that she bought is for 10 a.m. There's no way that we have to wait for an hour and a half to get our train. He leave us to the person that sells the ticket. And thank God the worker that sells the ticket can speak English. So he was like, oh, you bought the ticket for 10 a.m. If you want to change the ticket to 9 a.m., you could. But you only can change your ticket one time. And we were like, oh my god, thank you. Like, la 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 la, blah, blah, blah. That happened. And then we changed the ticket. And then we have 30 minutes to wait for the train. Let's skip that story. And then the next story is, so I'm living in somewhere that I cannot drink water from the sink, right? And I take that habit to Japan, but honestly, you can drink the water from sink in Japan. I mean, in Europe and stuff, it's okay to drink the water from the sink because it's clear and it's clean. But it's different in the place where I live in, though. But anyway, I take that habit to Japan. But for the past 2 days, I really thought I have to keep buying water to drink. But then I realized that I can just drink from the sink. So when I was in Japan, I live in 3 different Airbnb. In the first Airbnb, it's okay to drink water from the sink because it's not smelly and stuff. But in the second Airbnb, somehow the water is just so disgusting. Like, it has a smell. So this happened to me one time. So I drank the water and I was like, oh my god, well, it's kind of weird. Like, the taste and the smell is kind of weird. And then I was just put the water in a bottle, right? And then there's maybe like half of it left. I just put it on the table because I can't finish the drink. And then the next day later in the morning, I was like, oh my god, I'm so thirsty. And then I drank the water from the bottle. Oh my god. It's disgusting. It was so gross. It was disgusting. Like, oh my god, I can't really like describe how it tastes, but it smells so bad. And then I just immediately like blah, like that. After that day, I just don't want to drink water from the sink anymore. I mean, from our Airbnb. I kept buying the water bottle from the machine, the vending machine. I mean, you can find the vending machine like everywhere in Japan. But anyway, if you drink the water from the sink in the public or something, it's fine. Like, the taste is not weird, but it's just like the second Airbnb that we stayed. It's just gross. Anyway, next story. We took Shinkansen train and then we arrived in Ueno. It was raining and it was cold. But anyway, we were trying to order taxi, but there's 3 type of app that famous in Japan. So I downloaded 3 app for our ride to our Airbnb. So there's a taxi, Uber, and Go. So when I opened the app, they asked us to put our phone number and then they will send us a code, which I did. I put my phone number and stuff and I waited for like 10 minutes to 15 minutes or even more, but it doesn't send me any code. So at the end of the day, I checked the map. How long is it for us to walk into our Airbnb? And it says 30 minutes. And guess what? On my left hand, I was holding umbrella because it was raining. On my right hand, I was taking my suitcase. And my bag, I wore a backpack. And guess what? I was wanted to film everything because I wanted to make a vlog. But it's hard for me to film because my hands are full and what else can I do? And at the end of the day, I filmed for like 13 seconds just for a vlog. But anyway, for a short story, we can't use the taxi, Uber, or Go app somehow. It just doesn't work. So at the end of the day, we were just walking for 30 minutes to our Airbnb. And it was so tiring. I was exhausted because we were starved. The last time that we ate, it was the meal from the plane. That was the last time. It was like hours and hours and hours and hours ago. And before you say, oh, you could have just eat before you go to the Airbnb. Right, that's right. I mean, like there's a lot of restaurant besides us. Maybe not a lot, maybe just a couple of restaurants. But our suitcases are huge. Like it was so annoying. Like we don't want our suitcase to be like everywhere in the restaurant. It's gonna be like so annoying and I mean it's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, we walked for 30 minutes. It was so exhausting and stuff. And guess what? We arrived in the Airbnb, which is in Asakusa. My older sister accidentally clicked on someone's bell button, which is our neighbor of our Airbnb. And then when he opened the door, he was like, and I was nervous as hell. I was nervous. I was like, oh, sorry, click. Oh my god, it was so funny. But anyway, I was filming everything, right? And then I got this experience filmed. Look at this. Sorry. Click. Oh, nice to meet you.
Today, so I'm the one first accidentally. Okay, no problem. But yeah. Enjoy Asakusa. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, and then he was like, blah blah blah. We talked for a minute and he was like, okay, enjoy Asakusa. Anyway, he was so sweet. We were safe. So the plan is we're gonna put our suitcase in the Airbnb and then we will go immediately, just go find some food. But when we got into our Airbnb, we were so exhausted and the plan changed. After we got in, there's a free snacks that he bought for us. The owner bought for us, which is awesome. I ate the snacks because I was so hungry. But anyway, and then we slept for an hour and a half, just get some rest. On that time, I felt like I'm flying. Like I felt like I'm flying all the time. Every time I walk, I felt like kind of like a dizzy type of feeling. And yeah, we took a rest and then we woke up at 2:30 p.m. and well, we went up and looked for our food. And this is the next story. Listen, we used a bus for the first time. Listen, it's kind of embarrassing somehow. I never took a bus in my whole life. I just never used a bus in my whole life. And so my older sister and my older sister's boyfriend, we three of us never use a bus in our whole life. So here's the story for bus stop. We were planning to go to the Sensoji temple because in front of the temple or inside of the temple there's a bunch of street food and yeah, that was our plan. But guess what? We don't know shit about bus, okay? So we were just sat there and then waited for our stop. In our mind, the bus will stop every time he see a bus stop. But no, we have to click the thing. It's kind of like let him know that we're gonna stop here. So he passed the Sensoji temple and three of us just looking at each other because we were like, oh, what? And then he just kind of like passed the Sensoji temple and then he stopped 5 minutes later. I mean, I think someone clicked the button or something. He stopped there. I told my older sister, I was like, let's go out because we just have to like walk for 5 minutes and then we will arrive to the Sensoji temple. And she was like, no, we have to wait until he go right in front the Sensoji temple. And I was like, it's fine. All we have to do is just walk for 5 minutes. And she was like, no. Guess what? She is the leader. So I'm like, oh, okay. and then boom, the door closed and stuff, and he just went far and far and far away. We were just getting farther from the Sensoji temple, and I was staring at her. I was like, we are getting far, buddy. We are getting far, sister. And then, so someone just like standing in front of me or something. And then he clicked on like a button. And then I realized that we have to click the button to let the driver know that we were gonna stop there. And then I immediately told my older sister, I was like, hey, I think we have to click the button so the driver will know that we're gonna drop here. She was like, oh. Well, I mean, guess what? We were getting far away from the Sensoji temple, and we are not going there again because it's so far. It was too far. At the end of the day, we stopped by Family Mart, and I mean, that was kind of disappointing because I was expecting Sensoji temple because, I mean, it's street food. But anyway, it's fine. So that is where I ate the Fami chicken, which is the famous chicken in Japan, and it was good. I ate it with an egg sandwich. It was so good. And then after that, we immediately took a train. We are going straight to Shibuya. And let me tell you my situation on that day. I was exhausted still, even though I ate already. Like, I don't know why. I felt dizzy. I felt like, I don't know, my vision was not clear. It's kind of like blurry, dreamy vision. Anyway, it was still raining, so we have to keep holding umbrella. I mean, it was a bit easier for me to film because I can film with my other hand. But it's kind of hard for sure because I have to control the brightness and stuff. But guess what? The view are fantastic. I love the view. It's kind of like it's giving me like a sci-fi vibe. It was awesome. I love it. And then after that, and yeah, first day in Shibuya, it was fine and it was awesome. But before that, we were trying to find a ramen restaurant. We walked for maybe like at least 15 minutes. We were seeing from the Google map, okay? And then we arrived. We sat there and then kind of like seeing the menu. But it's funny because in the menu, there's no ramen. I mean, like, yeah, it's Japanese food, but there's no ramen. So I was confused, but I was starved. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna order it. So we ordered from like a screen in front of us. And then my older sister realized that the ramen restaurant was not here. It was beside of this restaurant that we sat. And then my older sister was like, okay, I'm gonna ask the worker, can I get a refund? And blah 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 blah. I guess they haven't cooked our meal yet. We canceled the meal that we ordered. Thank God it worked. But anyway, and then we walk out. It was kind of embarrassing for me. I mean, yeah, it was embarrassing. And we walk out and go to the ramen restaurant. And then hours later, we were walk back to our Airbnb. And guess what? It was a lot of people in Shibuya. And it was raining and everyone's holding umbrella. And I was short and it's kind of like annoying to like bump on someone's umbrella. So I just put my umbrella up in the air, like boom, like higher than everybody else. And it was working. It worked. Like I passed a lot of people without any umbrella bump, which is awesome. And because I put my umbrella too high, it was so windy. And a couple of minutes later, I broke my umbrella because I put my umbrella too high. And it's kind of like it was getting flipped like that. It was kind of embarrassing. But anyway, I saw someone doing the same thing and she broke her umbrella too. I mean, I learned my lesson, I guess. Yeah, that happened in a day. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about in my next podcast. So yeah. Bye. Peace. Wait, what's the outro?